Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So first of all, sorry because last month I was not able to upload any videos because of some emergency work. So as much I remember that we have completed till this resume section. So now we have to just complete this portfolio and context section. And also another thing I have noticed that most of you actually commented regarding the source code. So don't worry about that because once we'll complete this context section, I will share the GitHub link so that you guys can download the code and also you guys can modify your website by your own. All right. Let's start. So if I just go to the final version, you can see that in this portfolio basically we have this filter and also there are some images. Now once we'll hover, basically it will give you the name of the project and also there will be a button, visit button. On click of that, basically you want to give any link so that it will just go to that particular page. All right, now here basically we have to implement the filter functionality. Now this filter option is basically depends on your job profile. So for example, I've just given some dummy value, for example development design. You can give like based on your skills, and also same goes for the images. All right, for now I will be using some simple dummy images. So let's start. So the first thing what I've done, if I just go to the code base, you can see that I just added one images folder, and inside this images folder I just simply downloaded these images from website, and then I just imported these images, 5 images. And now there is one very important one, because we will be implementing the filter. So in that filter what we will be doing, basically you can see that here we have these 3 sections. Now for this each and every section there should be one ID. Based on that we can differentiate between different sections. So here we will be giving all as 1, development will be ID 2, and design will be ID 3. Now when there will be all, that means we have to show all the cards, but when the user will click on development, so we have to filter based on that particular ID. So for that what I have done, basically you can see that I have created this array of objects, and here we have this ID 2, that means this is a development project, and there is ID 3, that means this is a design project. But you can see that there is no ID with 1, because whenever user will be clicking on all, we have to show all the basically all the projects. All right, so let's start. So the first thing what we will be doing for this, so first I'll just create the simple JSX structure, and then we will be start working on the CSS part. And before that, let's do one thing. So let's create the filter data also. Just I'll create here filter data, and this will be again same array of objects, and here I'll be giving, for example, filtered, let's give filter ID. So this will be 1, so this is for all basically. All right, then we have, sorry, I'll remove this part or else it will be difficult. And then we'll give this one as label, so this will be, for example, all. That's it. Let's copy this, and we have to do it 2 more times. So this one will be 2 means this is a development project, so I'll just give you a development, and this will be 3, and this will be design. That's it. Now next thing what you have to do, basically, so here you can see that we have already created the page header content. Now here we will be start working on the main wrapper. So first I'll take one div, and let's give a class name here. So I'll just give a class name of portfolio content. All right, now next thing what we will be doing, basically we have to render this filter items. So for that I'll just take one ul, and let's give a class name here. So I'll just copy this class name, and let's give this one as filter. And here basically we have to map that filter options. So this will be filter data dot map. We'll be getting the item and also the index, and this will return some li. So the first thing we will be giving the key. So I'll just give here item dot filter id. In that case I think we can remove this index. I think it's better to use this individual IDs instead of using the indexes. And now here basically what we have to do, we have to give some on click method, because on click of that we have to filter that particular projects. But we will be doing this one in a minute, and before that let's render here. This will be item dot label. That's it. Now let's save this and let's see what we are getting. So if I just go here, you can see that we are getting here all development and design. Don't worry about the CSS because we will be doing this one in a minute. Now here, that's it. I'll just format this, and now what we have to do, basically we have to render the images. So for that what we can give, we can take one div here, and here I'll just copy the parent class name. So I'll just copy this class name and let's keep this one as a, for example, cards. Now here what we have to do, whatever portfolio data we have basically created, we just have to render that. So for that I'll just do here portfolio data dot map, and this will also give us item. And here what we can do, we can give a div, and the first thing what we can give, the key we have to give, or else it will throw warning. So I'll just give her item dot id as key. And also what we have to do here, basically we have to give some class name. So let's keep some class name. So I'll just give here, for example, I'll just copy these cards and then I'll give this one as, for example, item, because this is a single item. That's it. Now what we have to do, basically here I will take another div because we have to render the images. So let's take another div here and I'll just copy this class name. Let's paste it, and this will be, for example, let's give this one as image wrapper. I think that will be better. So this will be image wrapper, and here we will be taking anchor, and here we have to take image tag, and here we will be giving the source as item dot image. That's it. And also you can give some alt here. I think that's better for the accessibility. So for now I'll just give some dummy data. You can give based on your own. All right, that's it. And let's save this and let's see what we are getting. So if I just go back, you can see that everything is breaking. So obviously it will break, but for now let's do one thing. Let's quickly create some of the basic CSS, and then we have to implement the filter functionality. All right, so for that, first we have to import the style.scss. I'll just quickly import it. So this will be styles.scss. And now here the first thing what you have to do, we'll target with the main class, and the main class is basically the portfolio. You can see that. So here I'll just take here portfolio, and here we have to target the content class, because if I am not wrong, we have this content class here. You can see that this is the class here. So I'm taking this part, and here first I'll take some padding of 20px. Width will take it as 100%. That's it. And then what we have to do, basically we will be target the filter class. So this will be filter. We'll do display as inline block. Let's give margin as 0 auto, and we'll give some border radius. Let's keep it as 25px. And next we'll be using border. So border, I'll take this one as 1px dashed, and the color will be, let me just copy it. So this will be yellow theme main color. Let's copy this, and this will be where, and we'll paste it here. That's it. Now next thing what you have to do, we have to target the li inside this filter. So if I just go back, you can see that we have this li, right? So let's target that li here, and the first thing we'll give some font size as 16px. Display will be inline block. We'll give cursor as pointer, then we'll give position as relative. The color we have to give, so for the color we will be using the same color. So this will be where yellow theme main color, and then we'll give some text transform. We'll give uppercase. Let's give a padding of 20px. Overflow as hidden, and also we'll give some transition, and we'll give this one as all 0.5 second, and style will be ease. I think that's it. And what we have to give, basically if I just go back and check once, and you can see that this is coming fine, but I think there are some mistakes that we have done. And what we can do, basically let me just check once. You can see that there is some extra padding I can see. So let's check once. All right, so I think for this, let's decrease this one a little bit and let's see. All right, I think this is fine. Let's check once, or let's do one thing. Let's keep top as 15px and side as, let's make this one as little bit big, 20, and this one let's decrease like 10, 12. Yeah, I think this is fine. So let's copy this and let's paste it here. And I think that's it. This is fine. Now what we have to do, basically we just have to implement the filter functionality, because on click of that obviously we have to filter the cards, and also you can see that if I just click here, this color is getting changed and also the background color also. So that we have to do. So for that, let's go back to the index.js, and here the first thing what you have to give whenever you will be working on the filter functionality, you have to obviously take the selected filter value, or basically you have to manage the state. And for that, let's take this one as, for example, filtered value, and set filtered value, and this will be use state. And let's take this one as, for example, first time, because whenever we'll be loading the portfolio page for the first time, it will be like all sections. So for all section we will be having the ID of 1, so first time it will be 1. All right, and next what we have to do, basically if I just go here in this li, we have to take some on click method, and let's take this one as, for example, handle filter. And what we have to do, we have to pass this item.id basically. So this filter id we have to pass. So here I'll just pass this one as item.filter id, so this will take as a parameter, and here I'll just create that function handle filter, and this will take that current id. And here what you have to do, simply you just have to call this method, and here I'll just set this one as current id, and that's it. Now let's log here and let's see what we are getting. So if I just log here, sorry, filtered value, and let's go back, let's open console, and you can see that we are getting some warning. Let's forget this one for now. You can see that we are getting 1 for the first time. When I click on development, you can see that we are getting 2, and if I'm clicking on design, and you can see that we are getting 3, and this warning is coming. I think the reason is that because for both the section we have the same filter id. So what we can do here, let's do one thing. So here I'll just cut it, and let's take template literals. I'll take this one as card item, and here I'll give, for example, this item.id. Now let's save this and let's check now. And if I now refresh this page, okay, still we are getting the same thing. Card item 2, card item 3. All right, I got it why this is coming. All right, let's do one thing. Instead of giving like this, let's do one thing. I'll just take this one as item dot, for example, let's go back, this name we can take. So this will be item dot name dot trim, and that's it. Now let's check once. Now let's refresh this. All right, now we are not getting that. So now if I just click here, and you can see that we are getting 2, this is 3, and you can see that this is now coming as 1. All right, now this is fine. Now what we have to do is just have to filter it. So what we can do here, basically we can take a const filtered items. So here we can check if this filter value is 1, that means we have to show all the values. So that means this will be just portfolio data, or else what we have to do, we have to just filter it. So this will be portfolio data dot filter, will take item, and item dot id will be equal to this filtered value, and I think that's it. Now let's save this and let's log here filtered items. So first time we will be seeing here, we'll be getting the array of 5 because we have 5 items. If I just click here development, you can see that we are getting only 3. If I click on design, we are getting only 2. So now what we have to do, we just have to copy this and we have to replace it here, and this is done. So now you can see that we are getting different value because this is 3. Now if I click here development, you can see that we are getting different value. So that means this is working. All right, so now next thing what you have to do, we have to start working on this particular cards. So let's do that. So for that, I think what we have done, we have completed the filter part. So here another thing what we can do here basically, so we can add that active class name. So how we can do that? So this will be class name, and here we can check if the item dot filter id, if this is equal to current selected filter value. So this will be filtered value. Then we'll just add active class here, or else this will be empty. That's it. Now I'll just copy this, and then here we have to go inside of this, and here basically we have to do that whenever there is an active class on that particular individual li, we'll add some background. So the background will be var, and this will be yellow theme main color, and the color will be basically white. So for that what we can do, so this will be var, and let's copy that particular variable. So this will be this subtext color, and we'll paste it, and also let's give a font weight of 600, and I think that's it. So let's check what we are getting. So let's go back, and you can see that okay, so now we have to also give border radius, I think. So let's give a border radius of 25 px, and I think that will be fine. All right, now this is fine. You can see that this is looking nice now. So this is now working. So now basically we have to start working on the card part. So for that, the first thing what we have to target, we have to target this card class. And another thing I will suggest that before like doing anything or before seeing this particular video, you can also try by yourself so that it will be easy for you to implement in future. All right, so now what we can do basically, let's do one thing. Let's go out of this class name, and here basically we can just target cards, and we'll give display as grid. We'll give grid template columns, and here we'll give repeat. So we'll repeat 3 items, 1 effort. So this is a grid property. We'll give grid auto. So this is another property. We'll make this one as auto. Okay, and also we'll give a grid gap, and also I think we can give, for example, let's give a gap only. So we'll give a gap of 1 rem, and I think that's it. And also let's give a margin top of 10 px, and let's see how this is looking. So if I just go back, and you can see that nothing is getting changed, and the reason is that because we are not given any style for that particular item or basically the image. So for that what we can do, we can target the item class here, and here we can give first of all the height of 366 px. We'll give cursor as pointer. We'll give position relative. This is very important, I'll tell you why. And I think that's it. Let's save now, and let's refresh this page, and you can see that now we are getting something basically, but that's not exactly what we want. Next we have to target, I think, this item wrapper class. So I'll just copy this, and we have to target inside of this. So this will be item wrapper. Let's give a height of 100%. Next we have an anchor inside of this, so this will be height also 100%, and inside this we have image. So for this image we'll do height, it will inherit from the parent, and then object fit will be cover, and we'll give, sorry, this we'll give this one as cover, not content, and we'll give this width as 100%. Let's check what we are getting. Let's format this, and let's see. All right, now you can see that this is looking nice. All right, if I just click on development, this is filtering, design, this is filtering, and everything is working. All right, now next thing what you have to give basically, if I just go back, you can see that on hover we have this particular text and also this button. So this functionality we have to do. So how we can do that? So first let's create the JSX for this. So for that what we have to do, we have to render that button and also the text. And I think for text what we can use this name that we have for this particular project. All right, and also let's do one thing, let's give another property. So this will be, for example, let's give this one as link, and I'll keep this one as empty. So this link is basically on click of that For example, you have a particular image and you want to navigate to some particular page, so you can give that link here, and on click of that it will automatically navigate to that project page. So for now I'll just keep empty for each and every link, because this is like simply dummy data that we are dealing with. So this will be comma, so we'll paste it here, we'll paste it here, and also we'll paste it here. That's it. All right, so now next thing what we have to do, basically we have to create another class, or basically wrapper you can say, and that will be, so we have this image wrapper, and here we can create another div, and this div will give a class name of overlay, because on hover basically we have to show that. So this will be overlay, and here basically we have to do certain functionality. Now what functionality we have to do, if I just go back, you can see that on hover basically we are showing this. So this is a keyboard method, or basically a, you can say like event that you have to use, and that event is basically whenever you are entering that mouse on that particular card, you have to show that. So this will be basically, if I just go here, so here basically we have to do, so here we'll give on mouse enter, and another one will be basically on mouse leave. I hope you're getting. So this will be on mouse leave. All right, now these two will be basically a method. So here I'll just do one thing, I'll just create another method, handle hover, and same we will be using here also. All right, now here basically what you have to do, we have to take this index here, sorry, this will be index, and here basically we will be passing that card index. Okay, now for this on mouse leave, we can just simply make this one as null, because we have to reset that particular value, current value, so we'll keep this one as null all the time. Now here what we can do, we'll just create here function and hover, and this will be like index value, and we have to take another state, and this will be hovered value set hovered value, and this will be use state of the first, and this will be null. All right, now here we just have to take this, and this will be this particular index, and that's it. All right, so this is done. So if I just copy this hovered value here, and let's see what we are getting. Okay, so now let's go back, go to console. First time this is null, and if I just hover, you can see that we are getting value 2. For this one we are getting 1. When we are removing, this is null, and now we are getting 0. So that means this is working. All right, so now next thing what you have to do, basically we have to create that particular button, or basically the text. So here what we will be checking, if the index is equal to hovered value, that means we are hovering the current item. Then what we can do, we can create the j6. So here we can take one simple div, and here we have to take one paragraph. So this will be your item dot name, and next thing we'll just take one simple button, and here basically we have to, for example, let's give this one as visit. I think that will be fine, and I think that's it. All right, now let's format this, and let's see what we are getting. So if I just go back, and if I just hover, you can see that on below, you notice here we are getting this button here, but we have to show this one inside of this. Okay, so for that we have to do certain CSS properties. So for that, let's go back to the style.scss, and here first thing what we have to target, we have to target that basically the overlay class. And now before that, there is one very important concept you will be learning, but for that, the first thing what we'll be doing, so let's go here. So if I just go back, you can see that we have this overlay inside this item wrapper. So we can target here, yes. So here basically we have to target that overlay class. Okay, so if I hover here, you can see that this is targeting this overlay class inside of this item. So the first thing we'll be doing, position will be absolute, and that is the reason I told you we have taken this position as relative. Okay, so now here we'll be taking top as 0, bottom as 0, left and right will be 0. That's it. We'll take height 100%, width also will be 100%, and opacity will be 0. This is very important because first time there will be no opacity. Okay, so now next thing what you have to do, we'll take some transition and we'll take this one as 0.5 second, and this will be ease. And also you have to take the background color. So for the background color we'll take var, and this will be the, I think, main color. All right, now next thing what you have to do, we have to target the div class inside of this. So we have this div class, you can see that. So for this div, so if we go inside of this, we'll take div. First thing we'll take position as absolute, we'll take top as 50%, left also will be 50%, and we have to do transform, and this will be translate. So you have to do -50%, -50%. And I think this is a very common CSS concept to make any particular content inside of any parent div using the position absolute concept. Okay, and also we'll do text align as center. That's it. Next thing what you have to do, you have to target the paragraph inside of this div. So if I just go back, we have this paragraph and this button. So the first thing what we'll be doing, we'll do the color. So for this color we'll be using the white color, and then we have margin of 0 px. We'll take font size, let's take this one as 4 rem. We'll make this one as position relative, and we'll do overflow as hidden, and also we'll do white space as no wrap. And also, if I'm not wrong, if I just go back, you can see that we have this typing functionality here. So for that we have to create the typing functionality also. So for that we have to take the animation property. So for this animation, or let's do this a little bit later. First we'll complete the basic CSS part. That's it. Now next we have to target the button. So we'll target button. First thing, cursor will be pointer. We'll take some margin top as, let's take this one as 16 px. We'll take padding as 10 px, 70 px. Font size, we'll take this one as 2 rem. Background will be transparent, and we'll take some color. So color will be white color, so this will be the subtext color. And also we'll take some border. So border will take, this will be border, and this will be 1 point. Anything is wrong. Okay, so to give here, so now this will be border 1.5 px, this will be solid, and the color will be the main color basically. So here we have to give the main color. All right, next we'll take some border radius. We'll take this one as, let's take 4 px, and also we'll take a font weight of 500. That's it. Now let's save this and let's see what we are getting. And if I just go back, and you'll see that we are getting nothing, and there is a reason. The reason is because you can see that here we have make this one opacity as 0, so we have to make this opacity as 1. But when we can do that, now this part is little bit tricky. Now when we have to do that, basically whenever we will be hovering on that particular card item, that time we have to do. So how you can basically do that? And to do that, what you have to do, basically here you have to check whenever we will be hovering on this item, and there is a hover class. All right, so this will be hover basically, and here it will target that overlay class. I hope you're getting now. You can see that if I just hover, you can see that this is basically targeting the hover class, and whenever there is a overlay element, it will make the opacity as 1. All right, so now let's save this and let's check what we are getting. So if I just go back, see, now we are getting this, right? This is working now fine, but I think there is some problem with the button border. I think if I just go back, okay, you can see that this is like a little bit different. So I think what we can do, if I just go back, let's go here. I think border, instead of doing this, what we can do, we can make this one as black, and also colored we can make this one as black. Let's check now. Yep, now this is fine, and also this text color also will make this one as black. So let's make this one as black. Alright, so the next thing what you have to do, you have to create the animation properties. So this will be animation, and let's give this one as a name of, for example, typing effect. We'll give will show for 1 second and will give a steps of from 30 to end. That's it. Now we'll create the keyframe. So this will be keyframes. This will be typing effect, and this will start from width of 0 and this will end width of 100%, and that's it. So let's save this and let's check. Alright, so if I just go back and refresh this, and you can see that now this is working, right? This is fine. Okay, so now only thing what you have to do, basically we just have to make this one responsive, and for that we just have to write some media queries. So the first thing what we will be doing, let's go back and let's first go to the mobile devices. All right, and I'll go a little bit less. You can see that this cards, everything is breaking, right? So the first thing we'll just do here at the media only screen, and we'll do a max width of, let's do this one as 480px. And what we'll be targeting, basically we'll target the filter class. So let's go back, and this is the class. We'll just copy this, and if I just go, sorry, this will be dot, and if I just go back, and you can see that this one we just have to make this one some font size little bit small so that it will look nice. So we'll just target here li, and we'll make this one font size as 11px, I think. Let's save this. Alright, this is fine. And also what we can do, we can just copy another class name, which is basically this cards. And here what we can do, we can basically give here, for example, grid template columns, and we'll give this one repeat. So we'll not repeat 3, we'll repeat only 1. Alright, so let's save now. Let's see. Alright, now this is fine. You can see that this is looking nice. And another thing what we can do here, when there will be little bit more width, for example like tablet devices, so what we can do here, let's copy this part only, or let's copy this full path. Okay, so the same code we have to use. So I'll just paste it here, and this will be mean width, we'll do 481, and this will go till max width of, for example, and we'll make this one as, let's do this one as 767px, for example, and we'll make the font size as 14, and we'll make this one as repeat 2 instead of 1. Let's save now and let's check. Alright, now let's refresh this. Alright, I'll click here, this is working, this is working. I'll make a little bit big. Now this is coming fine. I consider now this is breaking. So this text we have to make little bit smaller, and how we can do that? So for that, let's do one thing. So basically we have to target this overlay class. Alright, so I'll just target this overlay class. Let's do one thing. Let's copy this. First of all, I'll just copy this and let's paste it here, or else we can just target here basically this item, and here we have to target dot overlay. Alright, and here inside this overlay we have this, I think this div, and then this p. So we have here div, and then we have the p class. So here what we can do, so what is the class name, sorry, the font size we have given the font size as 4rem. So let's make this one as, for example, 2rem, and let's check. Okay, I think let's give 2.5. Alright, now this is fine. Okay, I think this is now working. Filtering is also working. Okay, so now everything is, I think, almost completed, and let's check this one as little bit bigger screen. Alright, so now this is fine. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you like this video, give a like, and also another thing is that thank you so much for the 100 subscriber, and I'm very happy. So let's make this one 1000 very quickly, and I'll promise that I'll make so many videos, and also have some plan to make some front-end interview experience and also some front-end interview series on JavaScript data structure algorithm using JavaScript. So if you guys are interested, just comment below. I'll make the videos very soon, and also the contact section will be coming very soon. Thank you so much for watching and good luck.